If you play game before and interact with door. If you are a game developer and looking for a tutorial on how to make a simple door in Unreal Engine 5, this is for you. Okay. When you interact with the door in game, what you see is just this. You press E and the door opens smoothly. But there is something you don't see, but it shows or happens behind the scene. And here's what I'm talking about. This little superhero is a box collision, and his job indoors is to see who wants to open the door. Then he will do the functionality of opening the door. As you know who responsible to open doors now, I will show you how to make like this simple door in Unreal Engine 5. Well, let's create new actor blueprint and name it door, for example. Then in Components tab, add the box collision as I say before. Then add static mesh. For the static mesh, pick your door mesh or anything you want. Adjust the transform of the door to look perfect. Then adjust the box collision to be in place where player will be when he wants to open the door. Let's just see how it's look now. Okay, I need to scale it up a little bit. Okay, perfect now. Back to the blueprint, and let's do functionality for opening the door. Add two false variable, name them anything you want. Then add begin overlap with box and end overlap with the same box. Then cast it to your character to make sure the player who wants to open the door, not other actors. In begin, overlap enable input and chose your character controller. Then in end overlap, disable the input so player can press key to open the door. And in begin overlap, set both the variable to true, then set them to false again in end overlap. What I did is when player enter the box, he can press the key you're going to set later to open the door. And if player is out the box, he cannot open the door. Now add the key player will press to open the door. I pick E key, but you can pick anything you want. Then add flip-flop to open and close the door. In A, set the first variable to branch, which means player can now open the door. If it is true, add timeline to make it open smoothly. Inside the timeline, add float track and make the length about 2 seconds. Press shift with left click to add keyframe. Set the time to 0 and value to 0. And add other keyframe and set the time to 2 and value to 1. Select both keyframes and right click and pick auto to make them smooth. After, in timeline finished, set the first variable to true again so player still can open the door after its close. And in timeline update, connect it with set the relative rotate of static mesh. In timeline track, connect it with lerp to move from point to other, then connect lerp to the set relative node. We want door rotate 90 unit in Z axis. So in lerp, we'll move from 0 in A to 90 unit in B during the timeline, so make sure you connect alpha with timeline. Back to branch. If the variable is place, connect the second variable to branch to see if player still in next the door. If it is true, set the first variable to true, and that will tell box the player still inside and wants to open the door. Now connect the B and flip-flop with branch, and connect it with the first variable. If it is false, set it to true, which means player now wants to close the door but still next to it. Then connect it with reverse of the timeline so it will move back from B to A. Correct here. The first variable should be false after timeline finish. And that how it is look like. If player next the door, he can open and close it, but if he away, he cannot open the door. If you see this tutorial helpful, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss more game secrets. And take care of yourself.